All right. I didn't know he was going to read out our bio before bringing this up, or else I'd have lied about my dick size in it. You know what I mean? Your next comic's got the biggest dick in the room. Nope. Your next comic's from Mississippi. Everybody's not white. It's like, oh, fuck. We're about to hear some terrible opinions. I just want to let y'all know I am one of the good Southerners. You know what I mean? Like, I like black people weed, but not Jesus, so I don't really fit in down there. They have excommunicated me. What was that? You know, I got fired from I had a regular gig at Planet Hollywood, and some other drunk asshole yelled out Jesus rules during a joke one time. And I got fired from that gig because of the way I handled it. Yeah. I was doing a joke about evolution, okay? And the joke goes, one day I'm high on YouTube, and I'm watching a video of a cute little monkey bouncing around from tree limb to tree limb. And right about 10 seconds into that video, the monkey stops and hangs upside down by his feet. And I'm like, man, evolution really fucked us over. Right? And then 10 seconds later, that very same monkey folded in half and began sucking his own dick. And I was like, man, evolution really fucked us over. Now, I tell this joke about 10 minutes into a set in front of 120 people where 120 people are not fucking laughing. I am bombing. And about that time, some drunk asshole yells out, "You're fat." You think I don't own a mirror, bitch? Like, I've got a stainless steel toaster. I've seen this look of shame a number of times. Tell me I'm fat like I don't fucking know. She's like, "You don't make fun of Jesus." And I was like, "Oh, I get it. You didn't like my evolution joke." She goes, "Yeah, you don't make fun of Jesus ever." And I'm like, "We get it. Jesus was something special." Right? And they knew Jesus was special from the moment he was born because that was the first time they'd ever seen a white person in the Middle East. Now 116 people are laughing, 4 are not. But I'm like, whatever, I've been bombing for 10 minutes. I got to save this job. Sometimes you got to burn down a hut to save the village. You know what I mean? Fuck them. So I go, I'm just kidding. We know that Jesus was white because had he been black, he would have been arrested for moving that rock. That's a joke on a lot of different levels. If you know anything about the fucking crack epidemic of the 80s, you know. So at that point, the old man... Thank you. I told y'all I ain't your typical Southerner. I've read books. They ain't for just leveling out couches. They got information in them. So at this point, one of the older men of the group becomes very angry, and he goes, "I don't whoop your ass." And I'm like, that's exactly what would Jesus do in this moment. Not very Christian-like of you, sir. Now, I've got a bad habit of making a bad situation worse. I've seen me do it. It's the only thing I'm consistent at. So they flip me off, at which point I go, you know what? This needs to get more offensive. I go, do you know why they nailed Jesus to the cross? Crazy masturbator. Couldn't keep his hands off his dick. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna shit the bed when I make fun of Santa Claus next. I'm going after all of your mythical heroes. Tell me which one you got. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's fucking bullshit. Like how narcissistic, "I died for your sins." Fuck off. I ain't even done them all yet. Tell me you died for my sins. And then make me want to show up on Sunday like, I fucking jerked off in traffic. I'm sorry. But it's your dad's fault. He created Google. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. There's a lot of cars in front of me. So at this point, I've got 116 people on my side. Fuck those 4 people. I continue making fun of them. You know what I mean? I'm like, why don't you ever play baseball with Jesus? The ball goes right through his hand. You know, like, I don't care. I'll fucking, let's ruin this. And on their way out, they stop and pay their tab. So at that point, I'm like, fuck y'all, I won. You know what I mean? Like, you paid your tab on the way out. I'm not even getting blamed for that. This is great. So they walk out the door, and I'm like, fucking hey, I got 4 more minutes. Let's see what other kind of damage I can do. Any Jews in the audience? You know what I mean? I'm shitting on all the religions. All your fucking little playtimes are fucked up. So as I come down off the stage, the manager meets me at about the bottom step. He gives me a big old hug, and he goes, "That is the funniest way I've ever seen somebody get fired." I thought he was fucking with me. You know what I mean? Because we've done a lot of shows together. He's seen me go nuclear before. He knows it's his fault for putting me up there. And the next day I walk in and the door guy's standing there. Normally it's like handshakes and dapping me up, and it's not. He's just like, hey, Pete wants to see you in the audience or in his office. And first, I've got this like dumb optimistic brain. I'm like, fuck yeah, he was impressed by the way I handled that. Guess who's getting a headlining gig? I push his door open and he goes, have a seat. And I've learned from being in the principal's office and a cop car, have a seat ain't a good fucking thing. He goes, friend Pete's got to be boss Pete for a second. Oh no. He goes, when they left, they called Caesar's corporate and complained about you. Okay. Caesar says I have to fire you. Well, fuck. And he goes, and I have to call and apologize. Damn. So you got their phone number? He goes, yeah. And I go, let me call and apologize. He goes, fuck you. We're both not getting fired today. Get out of my office. Go home. All right. I'm just going to let you guys know I am vaccinated. I'm not saying that to pretend like I'm better than you or take a moral high ground. I'm just not one to turn down free drugs. So let's party. I'm from the South. I have manners. I don't even do coke, but if you bust it out, I'd be like, yes, sir, I will do some with you. Let's do some dumb shit. I've had enough of you anti-vaxxers, and not because I give a shit about your political opinion, because I feel like you're fucking us up on any chance we're ever going to have of getting fucking government-supplied cocaine. You know what I mean? Like you can go apply for a WIC and an 8-ball in the same office visit, but we can't do it because y'all won't stop storming fucking capitals. I'm bummed that they repealed the mask mandate. I really am. And not because I'm trying to take some moral high ground. I'm just a big fan of shoplifting. And oh boy, did that make shit easy when we all look like suspects, you know? All of us are running around wearing a mask. It could have been any of us. Turns out you put a fucking N95 mask on me, sprinkle a bit of white privilege on top, I can get all kinds of shit for free. I've seen me do it. I'm going to tell you like I tell my children, you never ever steal from the little guy. But Albertsons can fucking get it. Fuck those places. Them and Walmart, they pay their people poverty wages and then subsidize it with your tax dollars. And I'm not supposed to shoplift from there? Fuck off. I'm a patriot. I defend my country. I steal from Walmart. If you don't steal from Walmart, walk outside right now. Take the truck nuts off your F-350. You're not a patriot. I'm sorry to tell you. And it's bullshit too. Bullshit. They pay these people $7.50 an hour. I'm going to tell you exactly how to shoplift. You do this right here. You get whatever you want, put it in the bottom of the cart. Then put a 50-pound bag of dog food on top of it. Fucking scan label up. Anybody making $7.50 an hour is not picking up over 10 pounds. Right? You just got some ribeyes for free. You and Fido both eating good tonight. You know what I mean? And there's nothing. Absolutely. If you're one of these assholes that does this right here, fucking run out in traffic right now. Just stop what you're doing and head on out there and find a fucking dump truck that needs something painted on the front and you be the paint. It's fucking awful. I hate someone that stops a shoplifter. I hate it. I hate you. Don't ever fucking do that. You see somebody stealing food, you didn't see shit. They're hungry and you're an asshole. Shut your mouth or buy them the food. That's how I feel about that. Like, I hate when I watch, like, I'll look at the newspaper or the news and they're like, hero stops shoplifter. I'm like, you spelled snitch wrong. Fucking dickhead. Making $7.50 an hour. You want me to stop crime? Hell no. You ever seen a minimum wage superhero? No, you haven't. You have not. Batman's a billionaire. He ain't got shit else to do. He's like, I'm going to go kick the shit out of some poor people. Let's go. I could invest in some public programs, but I'd rather just kick a dude wearing makeup. No such thing as a minimum wage superhero. Hate that. You can't pay me enough to stop a shoplifter. You're going to give me $7.50 an hour. It takes me 10 minutes to stop a shoplifter. I've made 75 cents. And I stopped a dude with $200 in steaks. No, thank you. You know, you can hear it too when somebody's about to get busted for shoplifting. Hey! Okay. Some shit's about, hey, did you pay for that? Oh, fuck, somebody stole something. Hell yeah. While they're paying attention to him, I'm going to steal something too. I'm walking out of an Albertsons one time, not dressed anywhere near as fancy as this. I do a lot of welding. I'm wearing a sleeveless t-shirt and shorts. And I hear, hey, did you pay for that? And I'm like, all right, it ain't me because all I got is water and diapers in my shopping cart. And then I hear it again and I turn around and there's an old lady about yay tall standing behind me, staring at me. She goes, did you pay for that stuff? And I'm like, fuck, it's me shoplifting. Like the one time I'm not stealing something, I get caught stealing something. What the fuck? She goes, did you pay for that? Ma'am, where is your name tag? I don't work here. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm stealing water and diapers. I'm desperate. I will beat your old ass for 3 hots and a cots. Fuck you. We think Mr. Albertson's going to show up in a top hat and a monocle and give you $20 for stopping me? It's not. The lesson here is go steal. Just fucking go try it out. It's fun. It's no secret that marijuana is legal in Las Vegas. I think it's far past the time that happens everywhere. One of the developments that has happened as a result of the legalization of marijuana is they no longer do pre-employment drug testing when it comes to jobs for marijuana. Okay, all of y'all are making over $10 an hour. Way to go. Usually someone claps and I'm like, oh, good. There's somebody that buys their neighbor's kid's pee so they can pass a piss test. I feel like pre-employment drug testing is a way of fucking with poor people. You know what I mean? Like, sir, do you have a job? What do you do? You have a restaurant. Do you drug test your employees? Absolutely not. Right, because how are you going to get good tasting food out of sober people? Never going to happen. Every high person ever has been like, this needs more of something. And then it fucking happens. What about you, sir? You have a job? What do you do? You sell real estate. You guys are doing all the coke in town anyway. I know they don't piss test for that one. You're unemployed? Normally I'd have a joke for that. I'm just fucking angry. Like, I haven't been able to say those words in 20 years. I'm unemployed. If I'm unemployed, that means I'm way skinnier. I feel like pre-employment drug testing is just a way of fucking with poor people. If you don't believe me, rarely ever does a high-paying job ever drug test their employees. You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time a member of Congress had to pass a piss test? Never. And I think it's bullshit because minimum wage jobs do make you pass a drug test. And here's my motivation for this little rant right here. Many moons ago, I went for a job interview where I'm going to be making $7.50 an hour. Keep your panties on, ladies. I know that's a lot of money. And the manager, who's maybe making $10 an hour, tells me that I got to pass a drug test because I'm lucky to have a job here. Like, what the I'm making minimum wage. I can't afford drugs. And even if I could afford drugs, that's the only thing keeping me from stealing shit from this bullshit job. But since you said that, I'm stealing a box of hamburgers on my way out. Like, there's plenty of jobs that I think would be better if they allowed them to be high on the job. One of those, surgeon. Okay, I get it. You don't want to be on board with this one, but hear me out. Who do you want? The fucking surgeon that comes in smelling like a Starbucks, fucking 4 coffees deep with his hand shaking like that? Or do you want some doctor walking in with dreads, reeking of weed? And you're like, at least he's got a steady hand. And luckily I'm going to be under anesthesia, so I ain't got to listen to fucking conspiracy theories about lizard people the whole time. At least his hand's steady. I'm okay with police officers being high on the job. How rad would that be? You know why I pulled you over, son? Not a clue. Fuck, me either. I mean, come on, it'd be way more fun, right? They'd shoot a lot less people. Fucking just let him run. I'm not running after him. We passed the Jack in the Box. Let's turn around. Here's where I'm going with this joke, okay? I feel like if we change the way that we look at the results of drug tests when it comes to marijuana, we should do that with other drugs, right? One of those drugs is crystal meth. Okay. I don't expect y'all to be on board. I've seen you laugh. Most of you got all your teeth. I understand. Like, I don't understand why people do meth unless they got 24 hours worth of shit to do. You know what I mean? Like, taxes due April 18th, April 17th. You're like, I got to get this paperwork done. Like, I get it. I get it. It's boring. Nobody wants to do that. Coke's too expensive. You're trying to pay your taxes. You know what I mean? You can't. Or like when tourists come to Vegas. They come to Vegas completely sober. Halfway through the trip, they're hooked on crystal meth, and I understand. This is an expensive trip. Why spend a third of it sleeping? Just do meth the whole time. Enjoy it. Don't even get a hotel room. You know what I mean? Like, it's all... And the people that are addicted to meth are always in a small town. Like, you're driving through somewhere like Kingman, Arizona, and you're like, you don't even have a 24-hour Walmart. Why are you awake 24 hours? That's why you're rebuilding your carburetor at 3 a.m. and restaining your cabinets at 5. You ain't got shit to do. But let's say old Cracky McCrackerton decides he wants to get his shit together and go get a job making minimum wage. What happens? He fails a drug test. He's like, ooh, you tested positive for crystal meth. You're a crackhead. And then what happens? He scampers off into the darkness until the copper out of your AC while you're sleeping. We've all seen it happen. But if we change the way that we look at the results of drug tests, we change the world. Instead of being like, ooh, you tested positive for meth. You're a crackhead. What if they were like, ooh, you tested positive for meth. You'll work overtime. Right? You're totally cool with 15-hour days. Just don't steal any shit. We're going to weigh you when you walk in, weigh you when you walk out. But other than that, welcome to the squad. We're going to save a shitload on dental. Or if you test positive for acid, they're like, cool, welcome to the graphic arts department. Let's make some posters. Right? If you test positive for heroin, they just hand you a harmonica and go, here, you'll figure it out. All right, guys, I've been Bobby Wayne Stauts. Thanks for playing along.